done it again. I'm getting good at this, boys. I'm not
You
messing
are,
up.
indeed.
I'm really
Happy Friday!
happy Friday indeed. Now, guys, welcome to Thoughts from Iron. You know me, you know him by now. You must do. We've been doing this, the three of us, for the last week. Welcome to Friday's Musings. We're going to use this one to do the player ratings from Wednesday night's game against Manchester United, where we lost 3-1 at Old Trafford in the fifth round of the FA Cup. What frustrates me with that, boys, just quickly, is Tottenham obviously went out to Sheffield United. Southampton went out to Grimsby. We could have had Fulham.
Yeah, Fulham at home. Yeah, I would have fancied us.
Yeah.
Burnley, Man City, if my memory serves. Blackburn have got another championship team. Did they get the blood? I can't remember who got
I'll
what.
get the draw up.
Or Brighton. Brighton, I can't remember who Brighton got. There's, to be honest with you, boys, it's frustrating because
Depressing, isn't it?
we would have had a really, really good chance. But I don't want to dwell on that. That was obviously a couple of nights ago now, and I don't want to hold off on that. We've got the Brighton preview coming up. That'll go out tomorrow morning around 8 o'clock, where we'll give you guys our thoughts on the game against Brighton at the weekend. But as it is, we're here to talk about the player ratings for the United game. So, Andy, I'm going to come to you first. He's obviously come in. He's kind of been thrust into it now. He would have played, Areola. I have no doubt that he would have played in this United game. But two good stops in the first half, very good stops in the first half. Give me your thoughts on Alphonse.
I'm going to give him an 8 because I thought he was outstanding. Not only that, his distribution, mate. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, the way he can just pick a pass out. And do you know what? What a throw he's got on him as well. Do you see that throw? He throws it pretty much to like the halfway. I was like, what the fuck? Where have we missed that?
He's got a big old sling on him, hasn't he? Like a big old sling when he gets it gone. Yeah.
No. We sort of talked about it on the review, and I do feel sorry for him for the Aguerd goal because I think he claims that. Apart from that, he didn't put a. Well, you could sort of say the Fred goal, maybe, but that's being very harsh. And with him being in goal potentially for the next couple of weeks, I'm in very good spirits. So I'm going to give him an 8.
8 from Andy. Steve?
Andy said everything I was going to. I'm giving him an 8 as well.
You can go next, Steve, on the next player. So
yeah, there was nothing to add. I thought he was terrific, but I forgot about
nothing for him.
Yeah, I've forgotten about the throw until Andy mentioned it. But I remember watching it at the time and thinking, did he throw that? It took me a moment to realise that's what he'd done. No, I think he's a cracking keeper. And let's face it, Fab. It's been very difficult to get him in the first team because Fab's been good this season. I hope he gets a run now.
I think he deserves it, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm going to agree with both of you. I'm going to go with an 8 as well. I think, giving a goalkeeper an 8 as a rating after conceding 3 shows you just how dominant and commanding he was in that box, boys. I mean, he came for several crosses. He made 2 fantastic first half stops. I mean, stops that I'm not overly confident that Fabianski makes, if I'm honest with you. But listen, there's a reason we brought Areola in. There's a reason he's at the club, and I think he's just proved why he's there. To be honest with you, I think that's I'm in a good mood when it comes to knowing that he's going to be between the sticks for the foreseeable future. Anyway, let's go left back then. Steve, I'll come to you first. Emerson.
I'm going to give him a 7. I thought he was pretty solid all game, and I'll tell you one thing he did do when he got up the pitch and pinged that ball across the Man U goal. That was excellent. It's a shame our strikers weren't running onto it because it could have been a tap in.
That was the link up play with Paquette. It was Benny. Was it Benny inside the box? Kind of got it out from underneath his feet and flicked it wide, didn't he? While he had 2 players around him. That's the one.
Yeah. The other thing I'm beginning to appreciate about Emerson is we rave about Paquetta's ball skills and stuff, But Emerson's a ball-playing defender. He's got good control. He's got good passing. He's got decent vision. From when we first got Emerson, I said he's going to be good. Never he's going, oh, we had a terrible game, this, that, and the other. I think he's coming into his own now, like Paqueta. So 7 for me. Really pleased with him.
Yeah, I can understand, Andy.
Yeah, I agree. Exactly what Steve said. I've got a couple more bits. No, I want to give him credit for he kept Anthony quiet. That's why he went off. Anthony didn't have a sniff, pretty much.
Yeah.
You could say, I know he's Italian, but you could say Brazilian versus Brazilian as well from one aspect because he is. But no, I thought he was outstanding. One key thing is I think he's got a good understanding with Ogbonna. Very good understanding.
Yeah.
Like they seem to cover each other well. So yeah, it's mad to think that we're giving these high ratings for a 3-1 defeat. Just proves how well we played. So yeah, 7 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna go up one. I'm actually gonna give him an 8, and the reason I'm gonna give him an 8 is, as you say, Andy, he kept Anthony quiet. There was a few long range shots in the first half that were just high, wide, not very handsome, and that was because he wasn't getting. He was frustrated. He was lashing at the ball rather than taking his time. A couple of sighters. I mean, don't get me wrong. We'll come to it later. We spoke about it in the review. Garnacho had a couple of sighters as well, and look where that got him. So, but no, I'm actually going to give Emerson an 8. I think, like you say, his understanding with not just Ogbonna, but with Paqueta and Benny in front of him on that left hand side of the pitch. I think it's going to work.
I don't know about you, but don't left footers just make the game look more sexy? It's because I'm left footed as well. It makes makes it give an extra. The way they can flick the ball around, it's just amazing, isn't it? It just is.
I think it's because we're so used to seeing right footers on the ball that they make it look just.
Yeah.
It's deft. It's enjoyable. But their link up play, the 3 boys on that left hand side, it also showed me that Emerson can play just a straightforward left back role rather than being a wing back. He's
got good stamina as well to get up and down the pitch.
Oh, he has. He has, without a doubt. I actually thought he was really, really good yesterday. Let's go Ogbonna then. Andy, I'll come to you first.
I'm going to give him a 7 as well. He didn't really do much wrong. He's very. You could say that the Italians just make it look easy, but I think when he gets the ball off Fab puts it like half a yard ahead of him, so he's got to run. Areola gives him the ball where he hasn't got a stretch. Aguerd gives him the ball so he hasn't got a stretch. Yeah. And I don't know about you, but I know he's lost a little bit of pace, but he can still run off the ball as well. And I thought he handled Weghorst very well. He was getting very frustrated in the end, so didn't really put a foot wrong. So yeah, another 7 for me.
Steve?
I'm going to go one more. I'm going to go an 8. I thought he was an absolute rock. He defies age and expectation of Bonner every time he steps onto that pitch. He held his hands up for a couple of mistakes at Spurs, which anyone could have made. But you watch Oggy play. How old is he now? 33, 34? Something like that.
I think he's at the top end of that, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. You wouldn't know. He reads the game. He defends. He's just absolutely brilliant. I think age combined with performance, that's an 8 for me.
Yeah, he's 35 in May, Bonner.
Yeah, I know. And what a player. What a player at 35. Okay, he's an Italian international, so you would expect him to be able to defend. But over the years, he's adapted so he can cope with what he's got now, and he's still damn good at it. If he wants to extend his contract, well, on current form, yes, please.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you've both said, to be honest with you. He looks more assured. I think there's an understanding between him, Aguerd, and Areola. That you don't want him sprinting after a ball that's 3 or 4 yards in front of him under pressure. He looks assured on the ball. He looks calm. I don't panic when he's got the ball inside our 18-yard box because I know that he's a competent, like I say, he's a former Italian international. He's experienced. I I actually rate him really highly. I think I'm going to give him an 8 as well. I can't give him a 7.5, so I think I'm going to go up to an 8. All right, let's talk about our Moroccan Bobby Moore. Didn't have his greatest of games yesterday. If you go by a lot of social media, a lot of people are pinning significant blame on Agard's shoulders. But Steve, tell me about Nathan Agard.
Oh, good old Nathan. Well, I'm going to give him a 6. His head went down once he scored the own goal, you could see. And I mean, you guys probably don't remember this player, but back in the 70s, we had a player called Mick McGivern. He scored an own goal, and exactly the same thing happened. And it was like watching a replay from 50 years ago. I think he's a damn good player. He just had a poor night. And let's face it, who doesn't go into work and have bad days occasionally? We get more good than bad.
You apparently.
Pardon?
You apparently.
Hey, sorry?
You don't go into work, so you can't have bad days at work.
Oh, no. But I have bad days on the golf course. And occasionally the lunch we go out for isn't quite as nice as I would like. But I mean, other than that, no. But I'll give him a 6. We're 1 minute we're hailing him as the next Bobby Moore because of the brilliant tackles in the box, and next minute everybody's slating him because he's had a bad game. Come on, get some perspective, guys. He's had a bad game. Doesn't make him a bad player. Doesn't make him incompetent. Just didn't go well at the office yesterday for him.
No, that's fair enough. Andy,
I'm actually going to give him a 7. Okay. May surprise a few people. Do you know what? I never thought it would come in handy, especially in the second half as well. Actually, having him playing right centre back comes in handy because when he's spinning away from goal, he can clear the ball with his strong left foot. I don't know if you see him a few times. So he's coming away, so it's not a hit and hope. Do you know what I mean as well? Like a couple of times the ball went loose and he cleared away. So obviously I go from 10 downwards when I do my rating. So obviously I'm the fault for the goals. Because he could have easily cleared the ball out, not for a corner as well. So when you think of it like that, so that's a couple from that. But apart from that, his distribution as well, right? He just looks up and just can ping a pass over. I remember one attack when he cleared it, and Ben Rama was against Darlow, and Ben Rama jumped flipping 2 feet higher than Darlow and headed the ball down, and we managed to go on the attack from that. So everyone has bad games. I'd rather him have a bad game in the I know we would have loved to progress, but hopefully that's the mistakes out of him for the rest of the season and bring on Brighton. So, yeah, I'm going to give him a 7.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you, Andy. I think, again, he wasn't his normal assured self. He didn't play just as, there was some of the... it wasn't somebody like the absolute assured confidence that you see from him. You're right in what you say, Steve. That goal that went in wasn't, the own goal did drop his head. Andy, you said in the preview yesterday, or sorry, the review yesterday that, Areola calls for it. But then if he ducks and it still goes in, he's going to get slated anyway, as you said. So it's a catch-22 for him. I'm going to give him a 7. I actually really do think we will struggle to keep hold of him. Worryingly, boys, because I think he's proving to be an absolute well beater. I really do. Let's move out to right back. Andy, give me your thoughts on Ben Johnson.
I'm going to have to go for a 6. I thought he did, like you said in the review, we've said it, I thought he'd done fantastically well. It's not his fault, but it was just the manner of the way. I know Garnacho bended it round him, but it was the way he went to block the ball. It wasn't like he put his body on the line. I know he couldn't get there, but it was sort of like a turn. Yeah. Like, even if you're tired, you just got to do something. And it was like, well, not even if he doesn't even lift the leg up to try and block it, but he just sort of a lazy move your body. So that's So that's the reason why he gets a 6. But I thought he defended well before that. But it was because it was the key goal, I suppose.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, Steve.
7. I think by the time he's trying to defend that second goal, he's dead on his feet.
Yeah,
He hasn't stopped running all game, and there comes a point at which you just can't give anymore. And I think he'd given everything he had, so he gets a 7 for me.
I'm actually going to surprise you both. I'm going to give him an 8. I was toying with a 9 at one point. I'm going to give him an 8. There was a tweet that went out yesterday at half time. Someone asked, "What's the blonde thing sitting in? What's the blonde thing hanging out of Ben Johnson's pocket?" And I completely agree with that. I really do believe that he had Garnacho's number in the first half. I really do. I think he had one where, the good save from Fabianski, from Areola, sorry, after the Sabitzer one. But it was, again, he gave everything. And it's at that point, as I said in the review, you have someone like Kehrer on the bench for the last 15, well, even 10 minutes bringing on Kehrer. I know people don't rate Kehrer, but when you've got a player who, like you said, Steve, he's dead on his feet, he's struggling to even get about that, our final third. It's just another fresh set of legs. In hindsight, it wouldn't have mattered if he'd been the one to concede the goal. No. We conceded it anyway. Do you see what I mean? So it's that catch-22. But I actually think Ben Johnson came into his own yesterday. I think we saw some signs that he's a really good right back. That actually I wasn't overly sure of him. He's won me over now, and I actually think him at right back and Emerson at left back could be the way to go. It's just a case of them working out, when we can actually use Zuma, and maybe him training like Ledley King used to for Tottenham. Do you remember? Wouldn't train and then just rock up on a Sunday or a Saturday and play. Midfield, Thomas Souček, Andy.
I'm going to give him a 7. I thought at the breakup of play, he's getting back to his old self, and he was sort of playing as the number 10, and he was the one doing the pressing. Considering he was like, well, Antonio's not going to do it, I suppose I'll have to. Yeah. He sort of dropped off in the latter part, but that's not his fault. That's where Moy should have thought he's losing a bit of his legs now. Bring someone on Flynn Downs, or maybe even move Pablo into the middle and bring Bowen on. Anything, just do something different. So not his fault. I thought he's slowly getting back to his form, and if he plays like that for the rest of the season, then his place is not under threat. So 7 for me.
Steve?
7. Yeah, he was solid, wasn't he? In fact, he was very good in places. So, I got no complaints at all. I thought he played a good game.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with both of you. I think 7's a fair mark for him. We know he's not the passer out of the 3. We've got Paqueta that can do that now. You've got Declan Rice who can make forward runs, which then frees up Souček to just either, like you say, Andy, break up play and get in the way and be a wall, or be the one that does the higher press when Antonio isn't going to do so, or can support Danny Ings when Danny Ings is doing so. So, where we were talking about at the earlier part of the season, and certainly Rob used to make a point of Souček's passing stats. Well, we haven't got to worry about that now with a midfield 3, because you've got Paqueta that has the ability of that. So you just ask the likes of Souček to be a wall, and I think he played really well yesterday at points. So I'm going to agree with you both and give him a 7. Let's go then to the Brazilian.
Guys, I'm going to just have to pop off for a couple of minutes. I'll be back in a sec. I'll just.
All right, mate. Go on. No worries. Andy, talk to me about Lucas Paqueta.
Surprisingly, when I'm giving him a 9, I thought he was absolutely outstanding yesterday. His touch, his interplay, very unlucky with his toe poke / shot, what you can call it. Another half a yard. No backlift, mate. How the hell did he do that? Get that much power as well. He's he's slowly coming back into the form and a player which I knew was in there. Is like I said, the interchange with Ben Rama, they're just on a different wavelength, and Deck feels just so much more better having him around. So yeah, I'm going to give him a 9.
Yeah, I mean, can't give him a 9 because if I give him a 9, then I have to give my man in the match a 10, which I'm not willing. I'm not willing to do. So I'm going to give him an 8. I think his link-up play on. I'm looking at the lineup on Google, and it actually has Souček on the left of the three and Paqueta on the right. What I actually saw was Paqueta on the left a hell of a lot more, and his link-up play with Emerson and Benny in particular going forward. Mate,
you know what? He gets back and gets his foot in as well. I love that.
Yeah.
He's a proper arm.
He only goes forward. If you'll notice when there's a chance that he can get forward and interact with Benny on that left hand side. It's not. He doesn't just go roaming. If like a.
Do you know who he does remind me of? He does remind me of DePaul for Thingy. He's that sort of same player. Do you know who loves to get forward, but loves to get stuck in as well? And for a Brazilian, you don't. I know Casemiro and you had Gilberto Silva and can go back, but you don't. They're just normally flair players, and he gets stuck in. I'm not comparing him to Gilberto Silva, by the way, but you know what I mean. The one who gets back. So yeah, no, I love him. I love him.
Yeah, like I say, I'll give him an 8 because I can't go again up to be able to do what I want to, where else I want to do it. All right, well, Steve's not here, so tough shit on him. Let's go Pablo Fornals, Andy. Give me Pablo's. Give me your thoughts on Pablo.
I'm going to give him a 6. But he worked hard. He's not in his favourite position. He loves to be on the left, but he helped Johnson out a lot, and he got forward a lot. That chance, if only. See, that's where Danny Ings showed that one when he got the ball from McBono and he chested it down on the cross shot. Danny Ings is playing. Danny Ings is there. He scores as well. That's another moment. But I think we've missed him. I think we have missed him in the starting 11 as well. But I can't really give him higher rating because apart from that, he does what Pablo Fornals normally does. So I can't really go any higher than that, if that makes sense. So I'm going to give him a... Yeah, no worries, mate. I'm going to go for a 6, mate.
So you're on a 6. So, Steve, you missed, just quickly, Paqueta. Give us a quick rating on Paqueta.
Give Paqueta a 9. He was outstanding. Absolutely brilliant.
A 9. Did you say a 9?
Yeah, I'll give him a 9. I'll give him a 9 as well.
You gave him a 9 as well, yeah. 4 hours, mate.
Actually, I'm going to give Fornals an 8. I think we looked worse when he came off. I thought Fornals was good last night.
It's a couple more than you gave him, Andy.
Yeah, but I think it's because what he done last night is what I expect from him. If that makes sense, he didn't do nothing out of the old, so it might be a bit harsh. So maybe a 7 would be better, but I'm not going to change it. I'm still going to stick to.
I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to let you. Well, I'm actually going to.
See you later. Bye. Take care, everyone.
I'm actually going to agree with both of you, but I'm going to have to give him a high 6. Not, you know what I mean, a low 7, high 6. I can't give halves. I actually agree with what Steve said. We looked a little bit worse defensively when he came off, but for me, he didn't offer us enough going forward. Do you know what I mean? It was the other side that we got the benefit from going forward. So again, I'm kind of in that catch-22 situation. Steve, I'm going to give you first dibs. Benny, are you there?
Oh, he's frozen, I think.
I'm going to go with no. Andy, tell me about Ben Rama.
I'm back.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Steve,
my God.
About Ben Rama.
That's my internet. It decided to have a wobbly.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah. Oh.
Steve, tell me about Ben Rama. Tell me your thoughts on Benny yesterday.
I thought he was excellent again. Link up play, Paqueta, absolutely brilliant. had the sense to play to the whistle, not to the opinion of the game, and gets the first goal. Going to give him an 8. Really good, I thought, again.
Andy?
I'm going to give him a 9. 9 from me. That finish alone was world class. And do you know what? I've never seen David more. He smiled when he's played well, but he smiled again last night. So he must be doing something right. No, he's going to be key. He's going to be key for us for the rest of the season as well. And I think, do you know what? He's always respected the fans, and my mum noticed it yesterday as well. My mum and dad, when we were watching it, he loves the fans as well. What he was doing after obviously the VAR check, and he the way he interacts with the fans as well. He knows he's loved by us, and that's what I'm going to give him a 9.
I said earlier I couldn't give Paqueta the 9 because if I did, I'd have to give Benny the 10, which is Benny's my 9. Benny's my man of the match. I thought Benny yesterday. You remember about a year ago, there was a lot of disagreement from me and some viewers over the whole Benny thing. They called it Benny hate and all the rest of it. I wanted consistency from Benny. I knew Benny has it in his locker. I wanted consistency from Benny. What we're seeing now from Benny is that consistency. He's getting that run of games, granted, but he's proving in each game there's them. We're not just seeing flashes of it anymore. We're seeing the consistent improvement of Ben
And he
Rama.
played 90 minutes.
He played 90 minutes.
I know.
65th minute.
On its own. Again, I thought he was outstanding. He's my man of the match. Great goal. As you said, Andy, brilliant footballing away. Played to the whistle. You know, someone in the pub said it last night. You've said it again today. He played to the whistle. We didn't stop to go, did it go out? What? Okay, no, carry on. And then the chance goes. He carries on. He puts the ball in the back of the net, and then he asks the question. I've got all the time in the world for that. And I think what we're seeing now is a world-class player.
Do you reckon Moyes is just being less stubborn as well? Because I think it is.
I think you can see that.
Yeah.
In the you can see that in the lineup, mate. In the formation, you can see that in the game.
Would you like to see him as a number? Sorry, I know it's a player rating. Just a quick 30 seconds from me. Would you like to see him in the number 10 instead of the left, or do you reckon he's more dangerous on the left?
No, he's more dangerous on the left.
Yeah.
I did say this. I said I'd love to see him in the 10 before, but now we've got Paqueta. I think the link-up play with Paqueta on the left-hand side of a midfield 3, as long
and they
as
can switch anyway if they need to. If they,
tell you what, some of the one-touch passing between the pair of them is a thing of beauty, isn't it?
Oh,
if Man City done that, Gary Neville would be going, "Oh, unbelievable!" But no, because he plays for West Ham.
But it's not. It's us.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's.
No. Let's not say his name. It's like a swear word. Let's not even say his name. I'm giving him a 3. 1 for putting his shin pads on, 1 for putting his shorts on, 1 for putting his shirt on. Never want to see him in a West Ham shirt again. Done.
Steve,
I'm giving him a 4 because I thought he had a particularly nice hairstyle on top of what Andy noted yesterday. I put in a chat I was on, Hammer's Chat Addicts, that Antonio's got the first touch for a brick wall and the player awareness of a lemon, and then had to put a disclaimer that no insult was intended to brick walls or lemons. I mean, look, he put himself about, he tried hard, but if he'd had any kind of awareness, particularly in the second half, we'd have been 2 up. And though it's not unforgivable, I mean, every player does it. It is just so damn frustrating because Scamacca would have laid it off. Well, you say that. I'm not sure about Scamacca. Ings would have done.
Well, no, Scamacca would have scored, Steve. That's the difference.
Oh, yeah.
I think Scamacca scores that.
In the second half?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or even the first one.
Oh, first one, yeah. Ings or Scamacca score that.
And I don't want to see that. When I say I don't want to see him in a West Ham shirt again, I mean from the starting lineup, because obviously I don't want to sound like I'm. I don't mean to sound too, but he's not interested. We should have. If we got that one from the French league, if we would managed to get him, he would have went to Wolves, and we wouldn't have had to deal with him. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to sound horrible, but he's past it. He's past it.
No, I agree with both of what you're saying. I'm actually going to give him no, I can't even rate him. He has the footballing skills. He has the pace of a gazelle being chased
Mate,
through the
he's lost that. Mate, he's lost the pace. He's lost the pace.
No,
he couldn't even keep up with Maguire.
There was a point last night. I'll give you that. No, he has the footballing skills and the pace of a gazelle. I think. For me right now, it's a thank you very much for your service, Mikel. You know, top Premier League goal scorer for West Ham, which is also a concern. You've served us well when called upon, but now the fans are turning, unfortunately, and that relationship is going to sour. So, as you say, Andy, off the bench as a last 10, 15,
After
20 minutes.
10, 15 minutes maximum. I think even half hour will be blown out.
When their players are on their arse, you bring him on, but don't take off one of the other attackers. Keep the other attacker on, because I think that's where we went wrong last night. No, not last night. 2 nights ago.
Forest.
Against Man U. As he took off Antonio and brought on Scamacca. They both should have been on the pitch.
Yeah.
For me, but that's where I am. Anyway, I'm not going to do the subs, boys. For the simple fact is they weren't on the pitch long enough to contribute. For me, we weren't attacking enough.
And I'm going to give David Moyes a 5.
That's what I was going to say. Moyes, you're going 5.
Yeah, he got the starting 11 right, but the sub's wrong.
I'm going to give him a 7 because he changed it up. He had a go, and that's what we've all been calling for. And my only criteria for that game was we didn't put 8 players behind the ball. We had a go at them, and we did. So for me, he's met my criteria. Going back to the point of Antonio having the speed and the skill of a gazelle, is that an elderly, very arthritic gazelle I assume you're comparing him to?
It's one that's been already lumped by a jaguar on the Serengeti Plains to try and get its lunch. Well, that's that, boys. That brings us to the conclusion of the ratings show and Friday's musings. Steve, is there anything you'd like to add before we call it a day?
No, all I would say is I think I can. Over the last 5 or 6 games, I've seen our performances improving.
Yeah,
have a go at Brighton like that. If we come away with a point, it's even bigger now because Wolves and Everton lost, didn't they?
They did.
And that was, big. So a point at Brighton, I'd be very happy with, and onwards and upwards.
Andy?
I want to give credit to everyone. I mentioned it on the review, the fans. I know when you lose a result, the fan base start to lose. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of the fans start to turn. But on game day, especially at the London Stadium, and it will be the same again at Brighton. When that 90 minutes start, you just get behind the team, and I think we've become that 12th man again. We went through a period, obviously, when we were losing, and we sort of lost that. But like you said, that's only 2 in all competitions. That's 2 defeats in 7, considering what we were going through before. So we're slowly on the up. And I want to give a thank you to you, Duke, because the last week or so I've really enjoyed it coming back. I had a big break from YouTube, and thanks for giving me the opportunity, and thanks for interacting again. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've got to say exactly the same, Duke. I've absolutely loved doing this, and thanks for asking us to help and support. It's been great fun.
No, you know what, boys? I've enjoyed it. I mean, as we say, Rob's taking some time away, and if that continues, for a lengthy period, then I'm going to need the support of not just you two, but everyone in the chats and everyone, you know, that watches these videos. And
Oh
it's
yeah,
much
and the comments as
appreciated.
well. The comments mean well. I know I messed up a bit the
Yes.
other week, but I know people are only trying to do that. But even the comments, what everyone says, it means a lot. Do you know what I mean?
It
It
does,
does.
you know,
Yeah.
with you know, I'm learning. I mean, Rob used to you know, Rob took a lot of the pressure off of me. By he hosted, I just came on, spatted some rubbish, and then went again. Whereas now for me, I'm doing a hell of a lot more behind the scenes. I'm appreciating exactly what Rob used to do behind the scenes, you know. So it's I'm enjoying it. I am actually enjoying taking more of a front role to the channel. I appreciate you two have been here and really given me some support. Same as like Andy says with the comments and everything else. It certainly helped us. And in the last 7 days, welcome to the 7 new subscribers. No, 14 new subscribers that we've had in the last 7 days. So welcome. Get your friends on. Come on. Guys, we're going to wrap it up.
It was the people watching it on the way to Old Trafford yesterday. I reckon that's where they've come
I
from.
reckon we got a few more. I think we
You
did.
know what?
You know.
I'm still absolutely amazed that somebody will put this on and listen to me drivel on about West Ham. You know,
I know what you mean.
I normally have to have a drink, Steve, but it's a bit early for a Friday morning to have a drink.
no, you can't drink and come on. Otherwise, we get otherwise you get a rousing chorus of Agadoo, which I could.
Yes. Or yeah. Oh, anyway, if you can't find that one, go back a couple of years and you'll see Andy nice and drunk and singing. Guys, there's the banner says at the bottom. Leave a comment. Give us your player ratings. Let us know what you think of our ratings. Give us yours. Give us your reasons behind it by commenting below. Like the video if you've enjoyed us.
And you can tickle the bell because 90% of the people work from home on Friday, so you can do it at home in your office.
You can actually tickle your bell rather than yesterday on your way home. Getting arrested. You can actually do that at home today.
People
Yeah,
only
so
come to this channel for the high culture, you know, Andy. High culture and intellectual debate.
don't get out on Full Tremaine. Keep an eye out, guys. We've got plenty more coming up. We've got the Brighton review, Brighton preview, Brighton review, Brighton player ratings. Obviously, we go into, we start in Europe, away at AEK Larnaca next week, next Thursday.
Iron apple.
Steve, we're a bit old for that compared to Andy, so that's
I'm a lot old
for us.
for that.
So we'll be doing all of those and a few bits more, hopefully. If
And well done for people. 38 minutes this time, and you're still listening to us. Well done. Thank you.
Well, considering we try to keep the player ratings below 20, 25 minutes. The two that we've done have both gone 40 minutes, so it's been brilliant. So I don't think we're going to change. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. We go again at the weekend against Brighton, and come on, you Irons!
Come on, you Irons!
Take
Thank
it
you,
easy,
Jesus.
boys.
Cheers.
Thank you,
later.
Jesus.
I put the outro on. Or the intro. I knew I was going to do something wrong on this video. Should we try again? Just once. Just one video, please, where we don't make a mistake. Sorry, scrap that. Well, I make a mistake. Take care, guys.